As many of you are aware, I have been absolutely adoring playing Wreckfest 2 since before it released to the public. Whilst it is in early access and as a result we are all aware that we should wait for certain features to be implemented, I feel that there are features that need to be implemented before others. Namely, I feel that they really should work on the multiplayer, since without a career mode or any real progression, multiplayer is what's going to keep this game alive during the early access period. However, in its very threadbare state right now, I feel that there are more than a few issues stopping this from happening. So in this video, I'm going to go through all of the multiplayer issues and things that they really need to work on sooner rather than later to make this title absolutely fantastic. Again, I have a lot of love for this game, and this is coming from a place where I want to see it succeed. The thing that worries me is that so far the content update is just more maps and more cars. And I don't know whether we're going to have feature updates before May. I hope that this is not the case because, again, multiplayer in its current state is really not good enough to keep players playing too much to stop that from happening. So join me as we go through this quest to make the multiplayer as good as it can be before the next content update in May. The first and possibly most frustrating is the barrier to entry. Now, luckily, you can get a G-Portal server immediately for this game, which makes making a server much easier because the dedicated server on Steam is a little bit finicky. You can find a link for G-Portal in the description down below, and using my link will get you 10% off. That aside, however, once you've got your server, it's still a bit of a pain, namely because you have to manually type in the IP address. There is no search feature, there is no saving, there is no quick paste. You have to type it in manually, and you have to do this every time you leave the server. This includes if you crash, it includes if you want to go and paint your vehicle, etc. Every time you leave the server, you have to manually retype the IP address. It is long, it is arduous, it is annoying, and it is nowhere near good enough. So hopefully in later renditions of this game, they will add a feature where I can either copy and paste the IP address, save the last server I was in, or better yet, have a search feature for a named server as opposed to searching for the IP if the server is left on. The other issue with server finding and joining like this is the fact that there is no password feature, and making a private server is actually impossible. Anybody can join at any time, and it is really not ideal if you just want to play with your friends, having randoms from anywhere and everywhere join in. So hopefully they will add a password feature as well as the ability to copy and paste your IP address, or at least just search for a server name to make it just much more easy and more user friendly. Continuing with the moderation problems, you can't disable, limit, or filter the chat, which means, especially if you're a content creator, if you go into your lobby and a load of randoms join, they can say whatever they want with no filtration at all. This is incredibly problematic and really not safe to have people in your server. Another thing is that you are unable to kick people. You can kick the bots, but you are unable to kick people that randomly join. Again, a lot of this would be removed by having passwords, but then if people have issues or they get stuck, there's no way to get rid of them. It is just, again, about having a safe environment for you to play with your friends, and as it stands, that's really not a thing. Ping issues are rampant, and if you do stay in a server for too long, you tend to have weird performance issues. The multiplayer is very good, but these things need to change, and need to change quickly in order for this game to really have the longevity that I hope it has. I adore this game. I think this game has so much to offer, and whilst I agree that it is early access and as a result has many things still to come, the roadmap so far is pretty threadbare. I don't want to wait until May to have these issues fixed. I don't know if G-Portal can have like passwords and stuff on their side before Wreckfest get around to adding it into the game. My fingers are crossed, but let me know if there's anything else, other features that you would really like to see for multiplayer or single player in the next update. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.